Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming. All right, so before we start here, please allow me a few minutes to introduce SynFutures. We are a decentralized derivative protocol, right now consistently ranking top 3 in terms of volume in the world. And we bring 2 major innovation to the industry space. Number 1, we're the first protocol who are able to enable permissionless listings of any perp within 30 seconds by one single token. And secondly, we took the efforts to build a fully on-chain matching order book, the only one in the industry who's able to do so. And in addition to that, we introduced to the industry some advanced risk management features that we learned from the traditional finance and fintechs over the past centuries, right? And we are fortunate to have the backers of Pantera, Polychains, Dragonfly Framework, SIG, among others. And that gives us a very unique advantage. We are based in Asia, while have the support from the US, EU, and other tier 1 investors who introduce us to the project founders, introduce us to the users and KOLs there. While at the same time we learned and we know about the local user, local communities. So that's the whole idea is about Borderless Summit, to bridge the East and the West. All right, so advertisement stopped. Let's get started. The first questions that we would love to ask in this summit is, why consumer comes to Web3? Can I ask everyone here a question? When's the last time you used your Web3 decentralized application, and why? Voluntarily, definitely, not because your company forced you to do so, right? Please. Why?
So I guess one of the reasons that we use, thank you, first of all. So one of the reasons that you have to use it because you don't want to expose any data or any information to the centralized exchanges, right? That's one of the reasons, I guess, why majority of the people are trying to use the decentralized exchanges or any DeFi platform.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so there are a couple of reasons why you do that. Specifically for me, it was more of I was getting just some, for the project, just some type of a USDT or whatever, that I didn't want to just to go into the a centralized different type of the processes and so on. It was a quick something. I don't want to mix with my own funds, and I wanted just to have it a separate, and having it decentralized and controlling over that funds, that gave me more a flexibility to me. It's more of my case.
Thank you so very much. I see the futures of decentralized finance now. So that proved my first slide wrong. We interviewed a few other users, and we thought that user experience about transparency and decentralizations cannot compensate the challenge that you face for decentralized products, speaking for the truth. Lots of people still found it so hard. And their answer, in fact, different from Sir sitting here, is that, no, sorry, it's so complicated. I'd rather use some centralized services. And then, most of our users' major reasons that we interview, not for SynFutures, right? Many users in the area use Web3 because one common elephant in the room, airdrop. Airdrop definitely is a very important factor because this would profit is a monetary gain, right? It's a universal motivators. But we need to ask us one question. Is there any source of sustainable profit generation in Web3? Sorry?
If you look at main use cases are still trading, financial services and so on, and if these services can actually generate yield, then it's actually sustainable in yield.
Exactly. From SynFutures experience, we found arbitrage opportunity as one of the major factors that will drive Web3 applications. As one of my co-founders says, that on-chain market is like an offshore market of centralized exchange. It's like a kimchi premium, right? You heard about like onshore and offshore CNY arbitrage. All these are the sustainable factors to generate constant volumes. And for SynFutures, we took lots of efforts to increase the sort of like capital efficiencies of our model, so that like $1,000 supply could be equals to 26 million supply at the maximum levels. And AMM naturally draw a lot of volume because the price is static until arbitrage come in. So that is one very sustainable source of use that we sought. What else that we could think about? What are the factors? We'd love to learn the lessons from Web 2. If you look at the Web 2, early adoption is very similar to today's Web 3 market. Registration is so complex, your transaction could fail, and it took forever to be confirmed, and the product's description is so vague that you don't know what you are doing with the Web 3 application, right? This is very similar in the Web 2 days. But the question would then be, what drove the adoption despite these issues? Anyone? I don't know about what is the first trade that met on Amazon, but I do understand that in Alibaba's e-commerce platform, which is the most popular one here in Asia, the first transaction made by the users is to purchase a Japanese camera from Chinese mainland. Why? Because he couldn't find a Japanese camera in the downstairs convenience store. So he's willing to take the efforts to overcome all these difficulties. And that comes to the second drivers that we found, which is the variety and especially the unique products and the assets that are able to be found on a decentralized project. Think about Uniswap. Think about even the meme coin launch. Those are the services that you wouldn't be able to be found in the centralized services. So this was also true in our cases. For SynFutures, as I just now mentioned, we have this unique feature about supplying just one project tokens to create a permissionless trading pair. So some of the cases that we partnered with our with ecosystem projects prove this to be true. For example, we partnered with Lidos on offer the first on being the first and the only platform offer perp trading pairs with WST ETHS margin. And just within 2 months, we see over 1,000 users buy their token to stake, enjoy the APY, buy their token to trade, and enjoy the potential arbitrage and other opportunities out there. And the volume once comes to close to 100 million. And this was also true with some other case, say Degen, for some meme coins. Although this does not have market cap as Lido, we could see that the transaction volumes and the historical APY still become very attractive because all those users cannot find such trading pair elsewhere in the centralized services. And that's similar to the early Amazon days. You got to have something different in the platform that user would like and choose you. And the other thing that we discover from all these partnerships and all these years of practice is that one other driver become very powerful. For example, our users would see at one time Degen is trading at a premium versus spot, so they could buy Degen's own spot and sell on our platform just with one transaction. And they could use the Degen that they gain to participate in some social events and others. So this become the major drivers for users. Think about that. In JP Morgan, you could only trade and play with the product they offer. But here in Web3, you have the entire world. So an open ecosystem is something that's very valuable for all the users. And that's why that we feel very much confidence and have the belief for the future growth. Because we know that today, although that we all know this year has been quite tough for lots of projects, people are criticizing that there's no much breakthrough for these bull cycles. However, we believe that there's always darkness before the dawn, and the dawn will always follow the darkness. And this was especially true if you think about the other advances in the industries, in the digital world. I always believe that blockchain is not lack of application now. It is because that the digital economy is not ready. You need a smarter version of yourself to help you, say, book your air flight tickets, book your hotel, and tell you when to come to SynFutures Borderless Summit, and summarize all your takeaways and even turn into a PowerPoint, etc. You need a smarter version of digital self to have the immense needs for an open currency to pay everyone, everywhere, a programmable currency, and open systems to facilitate all the needs digitally. And this has been developed quickly. And the AI technology that we're seeing is accelerating the process because right now, machines are also creating this digital world for all of us. And that's why we are so positive about the futures, because with everyone here, every builders here, we can build the ecosystem together. Thank you so very much indeed. And before I end, sorry, please, just another advertisement. Today's event is a series of all the Borderless Summits that we're going to host alongside the major event. So we're looking for any projects who are interested to get your token listed on our platform. We're looking for all the speakers, community partners, and marketing partners who love to host the event together and bridge the gap between the East and West. So if you're interested, please join our group chats and reach out to SynFutures team member here. And hopefully that we could grow a brighter future together. Thank you.